I mean, to this day, every day, a 747 jet worth of people die of opioid abuse every day. So that crisis was created by Big Pharma. And the previous crisis, the Valium pandemic that people don't remember, happened in the 60s, and that was the same family, the Sacklers, created the Valium crisis and had to testify in front of Congress, and they got away with no criminal charges. Then they repeated it with the opioid crisis and OxyContin.
Yeah,
and
pretty much got away with it.
he got away with it again.
But yeah.
And so
And they pay over time, like the interest on it pays off the amount they owe. Like they get to keep the money and pay it off over time. And it's bananas. It's bananas.
Yeah, and we talked with RFK today. Like, I think it's the third leading cause of death in America right now is misuse of prescription medicines, like misdiagnosis, misuse. It's like one of the top risk factors is because people are ODing or giving the wrong doses or having adverse events. And
back up.
But
what?
Yeah, that's what Bobby was talking about today.
Okay, hang on a second. I missed that part. I completely missed him saying that.
It's misdiagnosis and misutilization. So whether, and this is where we could get into the GLP-1s. This is an area I absolutely agree with you on. There is zero doubt that they are being overutilized, they are being overprescribed, and they are being utilized as a first line defense. And that should not be the case. Like I say that if you were wanting to get on a GLP-1, I would ask, has anyone ever done a metabolic test on you? Have you had a VO2 max? Have you had a DEXA? Do you know how much lean muscle mass you have? Do you know how much body fat you have? Because attempting to write a GLP-1 without talking about diet, lifestyle, and nutrition is like brushing your teeth while eating Oreos. It's totally counterintuitive. And these telemedicine companies, and Waste to Well does a ton of telemedicine. We won't prescribe a GLP-1 until you've done a full workup, had comprehensive blood work, and have gone to a consult with a nutritionist. And we provide the nutritionist consult for free because it's important to talk about your diet and your lifestyle. Because even when you go to the side effects of the GLP-1s, people saying they're losing muscle. Well, what is your diet? If you went from 3,000 calories a day with some protein to 1,000 calories a day of Snickers and popcorn, you're going to cannibalize muscle disproportionately. You're not getting the nutritional needs of your body. And that's where I believe taking a deeper dive and getting away from this sick care system that is literally write a drug, push you out the door. We'll see you in 6 months. That's healthcare now. It's not really healthcare. It's really more of
sick care.
Yeah, it's a revenue cost center generating, for the hospitals, for the primary care practices, for the insurance companies, for the big pharmaceutical companies. Everyone is making money every touch point along the way. And there's nobody going, well, wait a second. How do we heal these people? How do we fix the root cause? And the answer to that is because a lot of it comes down to diet, nutrition, and lifestyle.
Right.
But there's not a ton of money in that. How do you patent that?
Not only that, the narrative goes against it. It just does. And this is where I go on my little tirades of, nah, you're healthy at any size, or, oh no, obesity is a disease. You've got no hope here, except our drugs. This is just what I spend so much time calling bullshit on.
Yeah.
But the problem is they'll trot out some person with an MD. This is going to be interesting. I have a debate coming up on News Nation because I got in a fight with Dan Abrams over this. And he's like, well, all the doctors disagree with you about Ozempic. And I said, who are all the doctors? Because I think I talked to more doctors than you've probably met in a lifetime over the course of 1 month.
Yeah.
And I've got Callie and Dr. Ken Berry coming on with me. So we can't play but you don't have an MD behind your name game. I've got an MD, person who specializes in policy and worked for Big Food and Big Pharma. Now, will you give me this path to talk about lifestyle as well? Like, I'll satisfy these two requirements. But they shut that narrative down at every opportunity. It's like, oh, that's a pipe dream.
Yeah.
You'll never be able to get control of this.
Mm-hmm.
And then, God forbid, they work with an independent pharmacy and medical company that have the cash pay model like you have at Waste to Well, then they try to ruin you.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to prevent disease.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do we put this guy out of business? Keeping It Real with Jillian Michaels.